Hey, what up, YouTube? So apparently, public service announcement: if you live on a rural road, people decide from the town that you live in that they're going to grade your road at 7 a.m., which is a real fun adventure when you're running on about 2 hours of sleep. But it is what it is. At least they're fixing the potholes from my normal route. But today's video is, if I had to give it a title, it would be stop taking in too much media and letting it affect you. If I had to guess, this would be maybe one of my less popular videos and maybe most controversy inducing videos, but I noticed it when I was scrolling through news articles and different, postings on our local news channel. And we should be aware of current events, right? We should be aware of what's going on in the world. We should be aware of what might directly affect us as people, society, the larger world at whole, how things turn out for future generations to come. We should be aware of that stuff, right? But we should also be aware of an obsession. Yep, thank you. Thank you for the truck. We should also be aware of an obsession. And with an obsession, obsession's a strong word, but basically you've got a life to live, right? Your life to live, you do what you want to do. You spend how you want to spend your time. You are the one who decides how much scrolling you'll be doing, how much of anything you'll be doing, because everything can be an obsession when it comes to life. You can obsess over your hair, you can obsess over your makeup, you can obsess over drinking, overthinking, your mental illness. And a lot of people in today's society are kind of obsessed with the news because they're afraid or angry or there's some other emotion attached, and I'll get into that. You've got your own life to live, so ultimately it's you who decides how you're going to live your life and what you're going to do with that life and how you're going to use your time. I cannot do that for you. No one else could do that for you. You are your own vehicle when it comes to that. But you have to ask yourself, is this worth my time? Is it worth my time to be reading dozens of articles essentially all about the same thing? We all want to know what's going on out there. We all want to know what the next move's going to be. We all want to know where we're going to be in 1 month, 6 months, 3 months, a year, 2 years, 10 years, whatever. We kind of want a plan, right? And that's where we go searching for a plan. And it's hard to go searching for a plan when actual information is buried in bias. And I don't mean bias like, oh, this is fake news. Fake news is still news. Fake news is still news that is wrapped in something designed to make you feel some type of way. Now, I went on one news junkie. This is my life, guys. I can't talk today. News junkie scroll. And I just looked at articles that I noticed were designed to make me feel some type of way. And, the first one was, now that New York state schools are closed for the summer, what's next? And, you on the surface, it's like, oh, yeah, what's next? But then you start thinking, and then you start obsessing, and then you start getting into the fear of, what does come next? When is this going to open? When is that going to open? What's going to happen to this and happen to that? And before you know it, you're spiraling. And that's not to say that happens to every person. You can read an article, you could be totally fine. You could be like, whatever, this is stupid, or whatever, this is what this means. Like, it's all in your own interpretation. But here's another article. Is New York's COVID-19 death toll has remained obnoxiously and terrifyingly high. Now tell me why the words obnoxiously and terrifyingly exist in that article for any reason other than to scare you. Okay, this article would read differently if it was New York's COVID-19 death toll remains high. It's like, okay, yeah, we know that. Maybe I can get some actual information out of this. How can we keep it from being so high? But you have to say obnoxiously and terrifyingly high. See, that incites fear. And, some level of fear. And maybe people aren't afraid at all. And if you aren't afraid at all, then apparently you haven't opened your eyes, because this is not normal. But yeah, words designed to incite fear. And another article that I found, and I'm not going to get too much on a tangent here because I know that this is going to spark some debate in the comments, and I love that. And if you have something you want to say, please say it. There's no need to win. There's no need to be right. There's no need for an argument to be ended because somebody's right or somebody bullied someone into giving them the answers they want to hear. We can have a conversation. So let's have a conversation if you're feeling some type of way about this. But the last article I found was an article basically saying this is predominantly a New York City problem. And why is this article a problem? Why does this article even exist? We know that New York City has a problem with this virus. We know that New York City is struggling with this virus, and the death toll is astronomical, and it's not, it's not good. Why are we posting that it's a New York City problem? Is a false sense of security, like, oh, this is a New York City problem, we don't have to worry about this up here, or oh, this is a New York City problem, why are the same rules applying to us? So you can see where people's emotions would cause them to jump to conclusions, or cause them to think certain ways, or feel certain emotions, or do certain things. And my thought on this whole process is you go through what you have to go through in order to get through life. You don't have to force yourself to go through emotions that are not yours. You know what is your truth. You know what you have. You know what's going on. And you owe it to yourself to do research and be careful. And you owe it to yourself to live your life and not obsess over someone, something, some outlet telling you basically how to feel. So that's that. And Thursday, we're coming up with another Let's Talk About series video. I think I'm going to start possibly getting into different things once that Let's Talk About series is over, because there's going to be quite a few videos in that. But maybe we're looking at possibly even song covers, outfits of the day. We're going to try to get a little creative on this channel, so I don't stay stuck. But stuck for me. I have 8 subscribers. Those 8 subscribers are very awesome. Subscribers never mattered. Views never mattered. This is basically an outlet for my brain. So if you're watching this, thank you. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.